Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. You can probably tell by the sound of my voice, I did not get a good night's sleep last night. Avery is still not sleeping very well. As a matter of fact, what's odd is she slept okay on Friday and Saturday night, which is typical because those are the nights that Josh would have taken if she had, because he wasn't at work the next day. But she decided to wait until last night, which was Sunday night. Went to bed fine, went to sleep fine, woke up at 11:30 and I think just decided that was time to get up, and it is now 8:10 and she's not been back to sleep. So yeah, I was up till about 4 in the morning. By that point I was losing my mind. Then Josh took her downstairs. But yeah, so very tired, debating whether I should contact her community nurse this morning to see if there's any options. I know that we could try melatonin, and I'm open to the idea just because Avery's sleep has always been really bad. Even as a newborn, she did not sleep like anywhere near enough as what she should have. So yeah, and obviously sleep can have a big effect on everything, mood, development, everything. So yeah, debating what to do. I don't know what it is. She's just awake. She won't be put down in her cot. She'll scream and scream and scream. If she's in your arms, she's fine, but she's not going to sleep. And I think when Josh took her downstairs, he ended up putting telly on for her, and then she was fine then, and she's fine now. She's downstairs having her feed at the moment. I was gonna get up and go downstairs when Josh went to work and just kind of veg on the sofa and maybe drift in and out. But once I got up, Avery had leaked through a tiny bit, so I needed to change her, and then Zach told me that he had wet his bed, so I had to change his bedding. And then I thought I might as well make the bed, and then the boys were saying that they were hungry, so I made their breakfast, and then I needed to give Avery a med, so I'm up, I'm awake, I'm up. So yeah, it's just going to be a tiring day. It's going to be a pyjama day because why not? I've got nowhere to go today. I've got nowhere to be, no one to see, and I'm very tired, so I'm staying in my pyjamas today. Anyway, that was the world's longest intro. I thought I would just do a chill vlog, basically pick up the camera when I've got something to share. I feel like I've not done this in a little while, and I need something a little bit more relaxed, I think, this week, because I don't know if Avery's sleep is going to carry on. Got a few little updates to give you from our weekend, so I will share what we did in just a little bit. But I'm just so tired. I'm so tired. I really just want to crawl back into bed. So Eli has really impressed me. He's taken to building things. So over the last week, he's built a few sets of Lego. I mean, he built this one here. And then also, I think there's a car in there. Yep, so that car there. And those were pretty hefty Lego sets. You know, they weren't kind of these tiny little packets you get. And he built them all by himself. So super impressed. And now he is tackling
to a higher level,
a solar panelled robot. Now, I looked at this, got completely overwhelmed, and my suggestion was, I don't think we should try this one because it looks too complicated, but Eli has accepted the challenge. So he was literally in here all day yesterday. Apparently he realised he made a mistake this morning, so he has had to start again from scratch, but he seems to be enjoying it, and I'm happy he is doing something productive and something that's not just sat on a screen, so I will take that. Is it fun to do, Eli? Yeah?
Yeah.
It is 10 to 10 in the morning and she's finally dropped off to sleep. Madam's awake from her little snooze. She didn't sleep for too long, but I'm kind of glad because I think we kind of need to test the theory are the naps meaning that she's not sleeping at the night? So I don't know. I think we've just got to do a little bit of trial and error. But anyway, it is her feed time now. And I feel like this is kind of like my go-to place now to just sit and chat with you guys. It just makes sense to me because I'm sat here feeding Avery, so I may as well chat with you guys while I do. Someone mentioned in my comments the other day where Avery's glasses were, and to be honest, I have been totally slack about getting them on her or even remembering to put them on her. I mean, they're always kind of in the living room in plain sight, so that's totally my fault. But to be honest, especially with kind of how she's been over the last few weeks with her sleep and everything, how tired I've been, it just feels like much more of a chore than it really is to kind of put her glasses on her. I keep having to adjust them when she moves, and she gets fussier with them on as well, and I'm just trying to make an easier life for myself at the moment because things haven't been easy, but it's really no excuse. I should be putting them on her, so I've got them on her now while she's sat with me, so I can keep adjusting them if I need to. So this weekend we had a lovely little weekend. I made a few purchases, and we popped into town as well. So I have finally ordered new light shades for this room. I ordered them online, so I'm hoping they'll look okay. Ordered them off Denelm. I'll definitely show them to you once we have them and once I put them up. It will probably be in this vlog, to be fair. And then also from Denelm, which is where I got the lampshades from, I've ordered a new rug. So I'm not sure if you've noticed, I know there are one or two of you that have, but there is quite a distinct iron burn in this carpet in the living room, and we knew about it. Obviously it wasn't us, it was there when we moved in, and basically these carpets, they're quite thick, they're quite good quality, and to replace them it would have meant carpets that just aren't as nice quality, aren't as soft or as thick basically. And I mean, personally I would have still changed them anyway because these carpets are already driving me insane because everything sticks to them and then it's quite difficult to hoover it up. But anyway, I wasn't going to kick up a stink about one burn mark, and I thought I could just kind of live with it there, because the rug that we have in this room is quite small. I mean, it would just be easier to show you what I'm talking about. So there is the burn mark in question, and this is our old rug from our bedroom because we don't have much floor space in our bedroom, so it just didn't make sense to put it in there. So I put it in here, but as you can see it is quite small for the space. It definitely doesn't cover the iron mark, so I have ordered a much bigger rug. It was actually not too expensive considering the size I needed. Like I said, I got it from Denelm. I think the reason why it's cheaper, or this is kind of what I'm guessing, is that it's probably quite thin, but I don't mind that because we have carpet, so the padding is underneath anyway. So I am also hoping that that will arrive this week. So again, if it does, then I will update you guys, and then this rug that's here will end up going in our bedroom. Even though there's not a lot of floor space, it's just somewhere for it to go, and I might as well keep it. Certainly not really worth much anymore, just because it's gotten, even in the short time that it's just been downstairs, it's gotten a bit tatty. I would never normally put a white rug in the living room, especially not a white high pile rug. The rug I've got from Denelm, now that I've said that, is actually described as ivory. But yeah, I'm just gonna deal with it. I wasn't gonna go with grey, and I was just looking for the cheapest option, to be honest, for the size that I needed. So that is what I've done. So along with those purchases, I also purchased this. Now, I've shown baby carrier, or a baby carrier, on my channel before, and not long ago, literally within the last few weeks, Amazon actually sent me a recall message for that baby carrier. So obviously that went back. So any videos where I've recommended that carrier, just ignore it because it was recalled. But I wanted a carrier again because if you guys have watched the last few weeks videos, then you know that Avery gets these fussy periods where she just wants to be held all day long, and that is really painful on my back and arms. So I needed a carrier. But not only that, when we go to Orlando, I thought it would be something really handy to have, because I know for a fact that Avery is not going to behave in her pushchair the whole time. She's going to want to be held, and it was the same at Disneyland Paris. But in Disneyland Paris, my arms were the first to kind of get really painful. So this is why I've bought this particular one, because it is a standard carrier. It can be used as a carrier, but you don't have to use this bit. Instead of Avery kind of just sat in the fabric of the carrier, this one comes with a seat type thing, so kind of looks like that. And then this, I'm not going to be able to demonstrate it too well, am I really? But basically this bit here straps onto your hip or onto your stomach or wherever, and I can just sit her on here. So my plan for around the actual parks would be to take this bit off and just take the little hip seat, and that way, even though, you know, I'm technically still having to hold her, all of her weight won't be on my arms. It will essentially be on my hips, and I just think that's just going to be so much more comfortable, and I'll be able to hold her for a lot longer as well. And she can sit front ways, she can sit kind of facing me. And also what is pretty cool about this one is it has a lot of storage. So there's a big chunk of space to store things inside the actual seat unit, but then on the waistband there's actually a little pocket there. And then there's also kind of like a bottle holder style pocket there. So I'm really happy with that. There was only a couple of reviews on Amazon, but the ones that were there were pretty good. I tried it on yesterday with her in it, and it feels comfortable. The carrier itself, the carrier that comes over her body, that's not as secure maybe as some others that I've tried, but I'm okay with that, as long as, you know, I can be hands-free if I really need to be. And most of the time I kind of just hold on to her, even in a carrier anyway, because of her movements. I imagine if you had a baby that didn't have dystonia or cerebral palsy, then you would find this brilliant, but Avery just needs a lot of extra support, but it will do the job for what I need it to. So I'm really happy with that. I figured it would also come in handy for the plane as well. Once the pushchair actually goes onto the flight, I've still got bags to carry, so it will be helpful to have Avery in that, just so that I can have my hands free to carry the bags, won't it, Pudding? I also bought Eli a new pair of trainers for Orlando, so he's currently calling them his house shoes because I've asked them to wear them in around the house. Zach was quite insistent that he didn't want any new ones. He said the ones he's got are fine. He's always been quite funny with his feet. It's obviously related to his autism, and it's you know, some kind of sensory thing. But he's the same with socks. He prefers thicker socks. He's very funny with how socks feel on his feet, especially in shoes. And he just did not want a new pair of trainers. I tried a few different pairs on him, and he just said, no, they're not as comfortable, I want to wear my own. So hopefully his should still fit him. I mean, I think they will. Zach's feet don't tend to grow as quickly as Eli's do. I mean, Eli is literally like half a size below Zach now, and there's 2 years difference between them. So yeah, bought Eli a pair of trainers. And then lastly, while we were in town, I actually got a couple of new piercings. It's nothing too exciting, guys, it's just ear piercings, but these are piercings that I've kind of been mulling over for a really long time. So I follow Jamie Genevieve here on YouTube and on Instagram. If you've never seen her channel before, she's kind of like she's a Scottish beauty blogger, I'd say. She's got her own makeup brand now, but I've been following her for a really long time. And I've always admired her ear piercings. She's got a lot of ear piercings and the prettiest jewellery in them, and when it's just all together it just looks so pretty and sparkly, and I've just always swooned over it and always kind of wanted a nice curated ear. So I think maybe last year or the year before I actually got the third piercings in my earlobes, and then when we were in town I had my conch pierced on this side and my tragus pierced on this side. So at the moment, obviously because they are healing, they've kind of got the standard piercing jewellery in them, but I have already picked out the jewellery that I want to replace them in with, should I say, once they've healed. They were a bit sore, I am not gonna lie. They did hurt a little bit. They've started to kind of ease off a little bit now, but I keep catching the conch especially with my hair, and that is quite painful. But yeah, like I said, I've picked out the jewellery that I'm going to replace it with, so I'll definitely update you once I've changed it over. And over the last year and a bit, I've actually been trying out some jewellery brands. Gold plated jewellery has obviously always been a thing, and I made the switch to gold before mine and Josh's wedding day. I think I just prefer the way gold looks. But obviously gold plated I was always wary of because, you know, it fades, the kind of coating wears off. So I knew it would probably take me a really long time to build a collection of gold jewellery, and Josh does treat me to some actual gold pieces now and again. This necklace here, this one, oh, where is it? The locket, there we go. This one he bought me for Christmas, and then the hoops that I've got in the middle here he bought me for Christmas as well, and those are real gold. Obviously my wedding ring, my engagement ring, and this ring in the middle here, those are all real gold. This one was actually a present at my mum and dad's wedding when I was young. So yeah, but gold isn't cheap, and it seems to have got much more expensive recently. But I've discovered a few brands that do gold plated jewellery, but they are kind of tarnish proof, waterproof, sweat proof. So I wanted to put a couple of them brands to the test because they are really inexpensive in comparison to real gold. And I think the few brands that I have bought from, I've tried Louise, Nivea, I think one's called Anya, is that what it's called? And then I've recently just made a purchase from Bohomoon, which is apparently another kind of non-tarnish plated jewellery company. And I've got to say, I am totally converted. I mean, this bracelet here and then the matching chain that goes with it, I've been wearing these pretty much every single day since mine and Josh's wedding, which is a year and a half ago. So I don't take them off. I don't take them off in the shower. Oh my goodness, what is wrong with this pump today? So I don't take them out in the shower. I don't take them out when I go swimming. I leave them on basically, and that is another one of the main reasons why I wanted to make the switch to gold as well. I don't like taking my jewellery off. Once I've got jewellery on or in my ears, I just want to leave it there. I'm not one of these people that will take the time to put in a new pair of earrings every day, or, you know, take all my rings off at night and put them all back on in the morning. I'm not going to do that. It's something I would forget to do. I just don't have the time for it. I want to put the jewellery on and leave it there. And that is what I've been able to do with all of this jewellery, and considering how cheap it is. I mean, if I can find the pieces that I've got, because I know they're the kind of things that they do all the time. They weren't like a specific line. They do still have them on the website, I think. So if I can find them, I'll link them. Or I'll definitely link the websites that I've mentioned. But yeah, totally converted to non-tarnish gold plated jewellery because mine have definitely stood the test of time. The only thing I will say is rings. These two rings are the kind of same deal. With rings, the tarnish does wear over time because, especially me in particular, I'm always, oh my goodness, what has happened to your glasses? I am always batting my hands, so I'm knocking them and I'm scratching them, and that's kind of why they've worn. But considering that is kind of a year and a half's worth of wear, it's still not bad. But the necklace and the bracelet, they are the same colour that they were when I bought them. And these hoops that I have here, my front hoops, those ones are also gold plated, and I can't remember when I bought those. All right, Pudding. It was definitely before Christmas, and again, I have been wearing them non-stop in the shower, not taking them out, and they've been fine as well, so totally converted. I don't think I personally will ever buy real gold again, not just for the expense, but so for mine and Josh's wedding, I actually bought myself a real gold pair of earrings, which are the third ones that I have here, the ones with the little gem droplet on them. And I also bought a real gold bracelet, a really dainty one from H. Samuel's, and one day I noticed that it wasn't on my wrist anymore, and I had really hoped that when we moved I would have found it, but it was just nowhere to be seen, so I lost it. And that was real gold, and it wasn't just the value, but it had sentimental value as well, because it was the bracelet that I wore on our wedding day and I lost it. So with the kind of gold-plated jewellery, it doesn't hold as much value to me. I wouldn't be as upset if I lost it. As a matter of fact, I did actually lose both of these rings. They just came off. I didn't realise where they went. I wasn't too bothered about it because I knew they weren't that expensive, they weren't that valuable, so, you know, I wasn't that bothered. I actually found them in one of the boys' clothes drawers when we were moving. I must have been putting their clothes away at one point and they must have just slipped off my finger with them. So I did find them, but unfortunately I didn't find my real gold bracelet, so that is quite sad. But anyway, long story short, I've been really impressed with these waterproof, non-tarnish, gold-plated brands. I have just had a delivery. So I've gone on a bit of a Shein binge over the last few days, but ow, it's easy to do with Shein because it's so cheap. So thought we could open my little parcel together. Now I do still have one more parcel to come. I think that probably will arrive tomorrow. It's just random bits really. I end up going on Shein, and it's usually what happens. I go on Shein to look for one thing in particular, and I just get sidetracked by how affordable everything is, and then I just buy more things. The only downside to Shein is delivery times are slightly longer. I mean, not hugely, to be fair. I mean, I'm pretty sure everything I've ordered arrived within 2 weeks. So clothing wise, this is the only thing I ordered, and it's just this little skirt. Oh yeah, that should fit. I thought it looked a bit big then, but it was just the wraparound bit. So I bought a red polka dot version of this for Disneyland mini vibes, you know, and I saw this one and it's the same kind of fit as the other one, so I knew it would fit nice. But what I was thinking is, if I can find it, so ignore the fact that there's tons of clothes on this one hanger, but it matches perfectly with this wrap top that I bought I think about 2 years ago. That's another thing I like about Shein, is they kind of keep a lot of their stock for a really long time. So if there's something that you've seen, you can always go back and they'll probably still have it a lot later. But it matches perfectly. I mean, maybe like half a shade lighter, but really not noticeable at all. And I just thought that would be a really nice little set, so that's definitely going to be something I will be packing for Orlando. And then the other things are literally just little random bits and bobs. So first thing I got was just this little gold claw clip. I'm not going to lie, I thought it would be slightly bigger, but the reviews, and that's another good thing about Shein, is there's a lot of reviews, so you can find out how things work and how things fit. But the review said it is pretty good for holding thick hair, so I will be the judge of that. It's not bad considering that is pretty much all of my hair in that. That is really not bad. It holds, so pretty happy with that. And I just thought it's cute, it's really simple, and it's something that will go with everything. And I really am the kind of person that I can't wear my hair down for too long because of Avery, and my go-to tends to be a claw clip just because it's quick and easy, and if I've already got like a curl in my hair or I've already straightened it, then it doesn't mess with that too much. So I'm happy with that. The next thing, and a lot of you probably know what this is, but I've seen these everywhere basically, and like I'm pretty sure this started out as like a dressing gown rope pack, but then they actually made them in this kind of satin fabric. So if you've got no idea what I'm talking about and you have no idea what this is, it's a heatless curling method basically. So you pop this on your head like that, you kind of wrap your hair around it, secure it, comes with a clip to hold it in place, and the scrunchies. So I just thought, I bleached the crap out of my hair, so I thought this would be a nice thing to test out. I'm pretty sure it was only like £2, so I'm keen to try that out, see if it works, because I do like to wear my hair curly. And then last but not least, this was another Orlando thing in mind, but it will come in handy otherwise. So Avery has like a kind of nappy white matte pack thing in one, that I don't know how else to explain it. We got it from Aldi. It's like a little travel nappy holder, but it has the kind of matte integrated with it, and a place for wipes and stuff. And I love that. I like that it's easy to just grab that if I need to whip her off and change her bum. But it's quite bulky, and I'm really trying to minimise the bulk in Orlando just because we don't want to take too much stuff into the parks. So I found these. Again, I actually thought these would be a bit bigger, but that might work perfectly actually. Just little pouches, and I thought I could try and make a little nappy pouch out of one, just to pack wipes, some nappies. If I can squeeze in a changing mat in there, that would be great. But even if I don't use it for that purpose, little bags like this are always handy. I could put some spare clothes for Avery in that one. They can clip onto the pushchair by the looks of it, yep, or you can just kind of carry it around. So really handy, and I liked the design. I really like this kind of boho rainbow type pattern. So yeah, happy with those. Oh, there's one more thing I forgot about. Yet another Orlando thing in mind. Not just Orlando, but travel in general, I suppose. These are basically just little cable tidies. So we'll have a lot of different cables and plugs and chargers and things when we go, with all of Avery's equipment. And then like my stuff, Josh's stuff, the boys' stuff. So I just thought it'd be handy to kind of keep all of the wires neat so they don't all get tangled. I mean, I have seen some people go in the extra mile and then labelling all of their wires for what's what, but I think I've got a pretty good idea of what is what. So that is my little haul. Actually, there is one other thing that I got from Shein today, but it came in a different parcel. So Avery's birthday is coming up. It's actually it's only a few weeks away, and we've decided to have a little family gathering the weekend before her birthday. Just something really low-key, just siblings and parents, and Avery's godparents and stuff. But anyway, I found a cute little party dress for Avery on Shein. Again, really inexpensive, and oh my goodness, it's so cute. She's gonna look like such a princess. And then my thought was, after her birthday, this is gonna be coming to Orlando with us, because this is just, oh my goodness, this is just the cutest little dress ever. I love it. I've actually bought quite a lot for Avery on Shein, and I've always been quite impressed with it. Since we are on the topic, sorry, I'm just looking like a gargoyle, scratching at my eye. I'm a mess at the minute, guys, okay? I'm literally falling apart, so please don't judge me. But since we're on the topic of Avery's birthday, let me show you what we've actually bought her as a birthday gift. So Josh and I were toying with ideas, because Avery's not the easiest person to shop for, because obviously things that would normally be suitable for her age just aren't at the moment. And we really wanted to get her this vibrating pillow. It was something we saw, well, Avery used at a little harbour, and it was basically like a roll, and it vibrated. What was it called? It was called a Sensi's Adaptable, that's it. It was by the brand Sensi's, and I went online, I scoured the internet, and turns out it's an American brand, and they don't actually sell them in the UK, so that was a bit of a bummer, and I couldn't really find an equivalent that was similar, so we scrapped that idea. And then we toyed with the idea of getting her ears pierced. Now, I know this is a controversial topic. I had my ears pierced when I was 2. So we toyed with that idea, but ultimately, for many reasons, we decided against it. Number one, because a stud would probably dig into the back of Avery's neck with her movements. A hoop, we would probably just be terrified that it would get caught on something, and again, with her movements and stuff, she'd always be pressing against it, would hurt her. And then obviously the third reason is just the pain. And after getting these done the other day, it really kind of made me stand by the decision that we decided against it, because that was painful, and the idea of putting Avery through more pain than she needs to. I mean, that poor girl gets prodded and poked all the time with bloods and injections and whatnot, and to put her through something like that for cosmetic reasons, it just doesn't sit right with me. Maybe in a different life I would have been okay with it, but just not with Avery, because I know a lot of people who have had their babies have their ears pierced and they haven't even flinched and it's all been totally fine. There's a lot of people that do it. I had my ears pierced when I was 2, so my mum took me to have mine done. But in our situation, and Avery in particular, we just decided against it. So what we decided to get instead, sticking with the jewellery theme, we got her a little gold bracelet, and I am not sure how well you can see it, but it actually has her name on it. So she's got a couple of bangles. She's got a gold one and a silver one from my mum and one from Josh's mum, and she does wear those on special occasions, but because they're bangles, they're obviously hard on her wrist, and I worry that if I leave them on her all the time, it's going to dig into her. Whereas this, because it's a chain bracelet, I thought that is something she can wear all the time. It is real gold, and it's from the brand Hurly Burly, and I found it not on the high street, so I'm really happy with that. Not on the high street. They did 2 sizes, because we did go into H. Samuel's and we saw a bracelet pretty much identical to this one, but I think it must have been the bigger version. I think it was 15 centimetres and it would have been way too big for Avery's wrist. This one was 13 centimetres and it just about fits on her wrist without sliding off. So that is what we decided to go with. That is her birthday present this year. I mean, she's 2, she's really not going to understand, she's not going to know the difference. I mean, some 2-year-olds do, but Avery she won't. She'll probably, you know, hone in on all the excitement and stuff, but I don't think she'll really understand. So getting her something that's sentimental and something that she'll be able to keep forever. I just thought that was a really nice idea. So that is Avery's birthday present. I can't believe she's going to be 2. Like, I don't know where the time's gone. 3 days after Avery's birthday is obviously the anniversary of her event. So her birthday's always a bittersweet occasion for me anyway, and I'm sure there's a lot of parents with children with HIE who are the same, because I know there's a lot of babies who actually, you know, experience their brain injury through birth. So some anniversaries are tied in with birthdays, which I can imagine is really difficult as well. Luckily Avery's is on a different day, so I can kind of keep it at the back of my mind, but it is kind of always there that the anniversary is looming, and we can't change it, but it is a sad day for me. So yeah, I hear that it gets easier each year you pass. I guess I'll be the judge of that in years to come. On the topic of Avery's birthday, I do need to get into them pink boxes back there and see what I've got for her little party. This cupboard is not well organised at all. We do have some disposable cups. I think when we have a lot of people over, I know it's not the best, but we just prefer to go disposable. At least paper cups can be recycled. So this is all birthday stuff. Okay, I've got candles. That's something I don't need to get. I've got some tablecloths there, but I don't think I'm going to need them. What I was kind of hoping I would find is paper plates. I know I've got plenty of decorations in terms of banners and whatnot. Oh, here's some. How many have we got? 9. Okay, 9 is not enough, so I think I'm gonna have to buy some paper plates. I think we've got enough decoration wise. I might buy like a helium balloon or something a bit closer to the time. I need more paper plates. And then in this box, if I want to go really extra, I've got all my kind of like DIY decorative stuff. Some like net fabric there. Little twinkle lights in jars. Oh, actually, I might use this as table decoration. That's very sweet. Yeah, so I think really all I need to buy is some paper plates. Morning guys, it is now the next day. So, little update. Avery slept for about 13 hours last night, which, as you can imagine after the night before, was definitely needed, and I think she needed it. However, I woke up at about 5 because her SATS monitor was going off, and it was because her heart rate was way up. Normally her heart rate when she's sleeping sits at around 80 to 90. It was kind of flitting between 140 and 180 last night. So I went in and checked on her. I mean, she was fast asleep, she was fine, her oxygen levels were fine. She was breathing a little bit heavier, and she had a bit of a fever. So she is poorly. I think she's just got a bit of a viral infection. She has a hospital appointment tomorrow, so I might just take a lateral flow test, or get her to take a lateral flow test, just to be on the safe side. But the likelihood is it's just a cold, a bit of a viral infection, which is basically what I've had, so it would make sense. But I'm kind of hoping that that is why her sleep's been so off the last week or so, because normally she does brew an illness for a little while and then it comes out and we realise what's been going on. So I'm really keeping my fingers crossed that's been going on with her sleep, and it's not just that she is now going to be a night owl. She's okay, she just wants lots of cuddles, don't you, Puddin'? She's cooled down a little bit now. I gave her some paracetamol this morning, so I'm just going to keep her topped up on... I know, I'm just going to keep her topped up on paracetamol and ibuprofen today. Keep an eye on her. You're okay, aren't you, Puds? Hey? Oh, poorly girl. Josh went and picked up the light shades last night from Danelle. These are them. I know they really don't look like much. They are quite simple, and that's what I wanted. They are glass. They did do them in different colours. I wanted to go with the white because I wanted something neutral and that would fit with everything. It just has a little bit of gold detailing on the top, and then it's kind of textured, but it's going to be better than them. And my thought process was, if we move, then they're definitely the kind of light shades that I could kind of fit into any house. They'd make quite nice hallway lights actually, but I'm fine with the light shades that are in the hallway, so I think I'm going to get those up before I have some breakfast. You gonna let me? You gonna let me? Hey? Not gonna lie, they were a little bit fiddly to put up, but they're up now and I think they look alright. Hey guys, excuse my appearance. I didn't vlog for this vlog yesterday. I actually filmed a different video. We were out of the house. It was a very stressful morning, so today is a bit more of a
chilled, relaxed day, as you can probably tell. Our hot water isn't working properly at the moment, which is a bit annoying. Our boiler is being a bit temperamental, so I managed to jump in the shower today, but when I tried to get the boys in the shower, the water is stone cold. So we do have a gas man coming out to look at it today, so fingers crossed we get that sorted and I can wash the boys. You can probably tell I've got my bedding in the wash. I'm just doing lots of little bits today, like cleaning, getting things washed. Avery leaked through last night, so I've had to wash her bedding as well. And then yeah, hopefully the gas man will fix the water a bit later so that I can get everyone bathed and showered. Anyway, I started editing this vlog yesterday and it's already quite long, so I think I'm going to close out here. Thank you guys for spending a few days with me and keeping me grounded when I was losing my mind on no sleep. If you did enjoy it, then please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button to follow us along on our journey. And with that said, I will see you guys in a few days with another video. Bye. Bye guys.
Bye.